आप प्लीज वो स्टोरी इंक्लूड करिए, व्हाट यू वर टेलिंग मी yesterday that a person for whom your father had worked came all the way to your house to meet you. That story our audience has to hear.
Yes, I think very good question, and I'm little bit emotional. Yes, मैं last night उनके साथ बात कर रही थी. You know, she was asking कि कैसे शुरू किया एंड कैसे अभी आप क्या चेंज देखते हो सोसाइटी में. बिकॉज व्हेन आई टोल्ड हर कि लाइक मुझे, मैं हरियाणा से आती तो इतना कोई स्टार्टिंग में सपोर्ट नहीं करता था खेलने के लिए ना. जब खेलना शुरू किया उसके बाद लाइक कैसे चेंज आया है. सो आई वाज टेलिंग हर कि मैं घर गई अभी टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स के बाद ना, तो हमारे घर पे लाइक एक अंकल आए, काफ़ी ओल्ड एज अंकल थे. तो आई डोंट नो हिम, यू नो, मैं उनसे मिली, मेरे फादर भी वहीं पे थे. सो ही सेड टू मी कि बेटा आप शायद मुझे जानते नहीं होगे, बट यू नो बहुत साल आपके फादर ने मेरे पास काम किया है. लाइक माई फादर वाज यू नो कार्ट पुलर. सो मेरे पापा ने उनके पास बहुत साल काम किया है. एंड ही इज़ लाइक कि तेरे पापा ने बहुत स्ट्रगल किया है. एंड मेरे पास 80 रुपीज़ में भी काम किया है, लाइक वन डे 80 रुपीज़ अर्न करने के लिए ना. सो उनके साथ उनकी ग्रैंड डॉटर थी. एंड ही सेड कि देन आई वॉज ऑलरेडी इमोशनल कि मेरे पापा ने इतना स्ट्रगल करके हम लोगों को बड़ा किया, यू नो. एंड दैट पर्सन टुडे इज़ एट आवर होम. एंड सो उसने जब मुझे बोला कि मेरी ग्रैंड डॉटर भी हॉकी खेलना चाहती है एंड मुझे एवरी डे बोलती है कि मुझे भी रानी के जैसा बनना है. सो आई वॉज लाइक कि डैट इज़ माई रियल सक्सेस इन लाइफ. यू नो, जो मैं चेंज देखना चाहती थी कि लड़कियों के लिए ना कि कोई, क्योंकि मैंने भी एक दिन यही सोच के शुरू किया था कि मैं लाइक हमारे वहाँ बहुत सारी लड़कियाँ होती थी, जैसे सुरिंदर कौर, जसजीत कौर, ये सब लोग होते, तो मुझे लगता था मुझे इनके जैसा बनना है. सो आई वॉज लाइक कि मुझे भी एक दिन कुछ ऐसा करना है कि यू नो यहाँ से लड़कियाँ जिस दिन बोलें कि हमें भी उसके जैसा बनना है, या पेरेंट्स उनको इनकरेज करें खेलने के लिए, कि जैसे मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे नहीं किया था बट पेरेंट्स खुद आके बोले कि ये खेलना चाहते हैं. सो मुझे लगता है मेरे लिए वो एक लाइफ की सबसे बड़ी अचीवमेंट थी कि मैंने कुछ चेंज करने के लिए वुमेंस के लिए सोचा एंड वो हुआ. एंड स्पेशली मेरे पेरेंट्स ने वो चेंज होते हुए देखा, तो दे आर हैप्पी कि एटलीस्ट हमने जो डिसीजन लिया था वो एक अच्छा डिसीजन था लाइफ का.
माई क्वेश्चन गोज टू तानिया. तानिया, चेस बोर्ड पे क्वीन सबसे पावरफुल होती है, किंग से भी ज़्यादा पावरफुल होती है, लेकिन रियल लाइफ में विमेन स्टिल फेस जेंडर बायस. क्या आपको भी कभी ऐसे प्रेजुडिसेस का सामना करना पड़ा, और समथिंग दैट यू हैव सीन एंड यू विल नेवर फॉरगेट?
Hi everyone. I think that's a great question. I think this is too loud. But so we're often asked about these analogies that we make with the chessboard and the game and the many challenges that we face in the world. Firstly, I want to say that sports in general, any sport, is a great equalizer. It's a great tool to break any barriers, including gender, where you come from. But it depends on how it's used. When we talk about chess, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board. But think about it, right? Its power only depends on how much you let it play, how much you let it go out and you build your attack with it. If I have a queen on the chessboard and I lose it, I probably lose the game. But also, if I have a queen and I don't let it play, I don't let it wield its power, I keep it behind, I keep it passive, I'm not going to win the game of chess. And I think that's what often happens in our culture. I would say traditionally, women have always put focus and made to be put focus primarily on being homemakers, and ambition and career has been secondary. I think this has to be a choice. This has to be a choice that has to be made. You can't give women just education but stop them from going after opportunities and their dreams. You have to also give them the wings to fly. And those were the challenges that I feel was something that I had to overcome. मैं काफ़ी blessed हूँ कि I come from a family which मेरा भाई है, बट कभी ऐसा नहीं था कि मेरे भाई को स्पोर्ट्स में डालना है और मुझे नहीं डालना. पढ़ाई के मामले में भी माई पेरेंट्स वर वेरी की वी जस्ट वॉन्ट यू टू डू what you decide to do, but do it at the best of your ability. And I think that's the reason why I'm sitting here today, to be able to have achieved what I have, because I was not stopped. I wasn't just given the tools, but I was allowed to experiment and play with them. So there are definitely challenges that exist for women in the sports field. And as Rani was telling her story, I think doing what we love, being able to play for the country, achieving for the country. If in this journey, अगर हम 100 लड़कियों को, 500 लड़कियों को, हज़ारों लड़कियों को इंस्पायर कर सकते हैं to go after their dreams, after what they want to achieve, that is a huge privilege for us, a huge success for us.
क्या बात है, brilliant, well said.
Anju, please give us your thoughts, since you are an administrator, you have been an athlete, you have your own academy. Tell us your thoughts on inclusivity and empowerment going forward.
Nowadays athletes, as you said, there are a lot of supporting system behind them. Stops one among that. And because of that, I think many athletes are able to work, compete actually. Because sport is not that easy, it's very expensive events, and buying some equipment it's not an easy task. See, Gobi was saying he was about to sell his property for his academy. See, I am also doing the same thing. I am selling my lands for building the academy and infrastructure. I am not doing for my kids, I am doing for the next generation, and it's our passion. And there are many hands now supporting us, but still the infrastructure development is very difficult task for us. But see, people like us are also in this coming back and supporting our system. So the sports now is in a state that anybody, any talents can come up and they can do well. See, I am here, Rani was saying because of her father she is here. My story is different. It was my mother who was supporting me. I am from a middle class family, but still it was in my mind, after 17, I want to be independent. I don't want any money from my family. I want to be independent. So that was in my thought, and I was working hard from very young age. Though they were able to support, but that was in my mind. So I think every athlete having some sort of stories behind their success. And nowadays, actually, the change what we are seeing in Indian sport, it is because of the existing system. The support what we are getting from the corporates and from the government and from the individuals. It's a collective effort, and again federations. So it's a collective effort from the entire ecosystem, and athletes are performing well in international level.
मनु, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगी कि किसी भी एज में हो, स्पेशली एट ए यंग एज, कोई अनचाही कंट्रोवर्सी, कोई भी बात सोशल मीडिया पे हो या कहीं भी हो, वो डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं जाकर आपकी मानसिकता पे वो असर करती है, फोकस पे शायद असर करती ही होगी. तो उससे निपटना कितना टफ होता है, एंड हाउ डू यू फेस सच चैलेंजेस, और वापस कैसे आप फोकस कर लेते हो? ये सीखने वाली बात है बहुतों के लिए.
Okay, so firstly, I would suggest कि controversies में पढ़ो ही ना. Athletes, being an athlete, just stay away from politics and controversies as much as you can. But at the same time, अपने views रखना सामने, and speaking up for yourself, for your teammates, or for your rights is equally important. So I think sometimes the controversies are inevitable. You just cannot stop yourself. Because you need to speak about some things, and then you go ahead and do that. After that, I would say if you tweeted something controversial, then probably just keep the phone aside for a few days and then see what happens, what turns it takes. But for me, I don't really get myself so much involved into the social media, so it doesn't affect me that much. Just stay away, the athletes. Controversies, no, just stay away.
So what you're saying is staying away from all controversy is best for the athlete's mental health, but sometimes it is true that you cannot avoid it.
Yeah, that's my point.